Hey guys, I'm starting my session on micro influencer project. The influencer project, I go with my teacher. He influences me, and with him this year, my goal is to work on Positive Anonymous 12-step program, which the reason I chose Positive Anonymous 12 step is I am Brahmana Bandhu. That's what they say. I was raised by Brahmins, but I do not follow Brahmin, what is it called, methods. So they call it family of Brahmin. So I was raised by that way. So because I'm in United States, the United States religion is Positive Anonymous 12 step or 12 step program. And I'm committed to doing it that way. And my original teacher, Mr. Grandmaster Chavakuk, so is Jayanti today, and he allowed us to create our own bija, and we are called arhats, highly synthesized individuals. That's the path I chose first, but my teacher also told me the minute I come across my spiritual teacher to follow that guidelines, and I met Swami Nityananda, who I resonate with. He is um, a very progressive thinker, and also he's described in scriptures as Udinala Tarase, the king of proper behaviors. That's a description given to Paramashiva. Udinala Tarase. I speak Tamil. Udinala Tarase Punyani, the most blessed one. And it's sung by Sujata. Her song says, and she describes many of the features of the god Paramashiva, and the highest form is public behavior. So Positive Anonymous is about bringing back wholesome behaviors. It doesn't matter what religions people follow. So that's the path I took for influencing. And Swami Sri Nityananda Paramashivam teaches something called ancient civilization rebuilding Adi Kailash with agricultural micronation as an ecosystem. There is a space where you can create a safe place to raise our children. So one of the goal is he asked to create 1,008 spaces, and I'm creating a space called Rudradinam, which is the vibrational space, and it's not a place, it's a space. And you can follow me on Facebook. It's fb.com/Rudra Adinam. Adinam means home. Rudram is the vibration. That's the way the whole world started. So then that is the first part I wanted to say. So the second part is, what is it I'm focusing on this year? This year, I asked my teacher to give me permission to do my own podcast and to create that space so I can expand him. And so he gave us the ability to do what we need to do at the same time to be expansion of him. So one of the things I'm focusing on is how to influence our inner demons. That's what he called it. But I'm going to put it to create the same influential space, and I'll maybe in the comment in future I'll put in exactly the video. If you say kill your inner demons, and there's a video he said originally, and I'm going to recap what he said. The three things is we chat, our inner chatter. It's called thoughts per second. That's what he says. It starts in the belly button, goes to the throat. That's how the inner chatter keeps on chattering, and it allows us not to be listening to ourselves. So we are sabotaging by always saying things that is hurtful to us, and eventually we spit it out as a poison. That's why Shiva bears the blue mark on the neck so that he doesn't spill out poison, and whatever people gives, he takes it in, but he brings back only compassion. So that being said, so how do you influence? So you stop listening that the negative things that's being coming up from our belly to the throat. Instead, you say, I have a power of choice. That's what creates the wholesome behavior, the start. I'm powerless over these unwholesome thoughts. So I have a power of choice, and I'm going to give my will to my will persistence and bring back wholesomeness inside. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, once you understand that, you truly listen to people from your heart, what they are saying, instead of waiting till they finish speaking to speak. Instead, truly listen. And once you listen, then you talk to their listening. Like, meaning you talk to what they are saying versus what they are doing. And if they want something, and you help them achieve it. That's what my teacher, Sri Nityananda Parveshivam, calls it as enriching, meaning like you use your power to help another person go to the next level. So that's influencing, right? Indirectly, you influence by truly listening to them, help them achieve their goal. That's enriching. That's the second level of influence. And the third level of influence is by shifting somebody's thinking and help them achieve what they want, you will create the ability to influence people. And if 1,000 people believes in us, we become micro influencers. If 100,000 people believes in us, we become social media influencers. So my goal is to become a social media influencer. My agenda is for people to achieve what they want. Doesn't matter what it is, but in a way that we will help each other and raise a community that's filled with compassion for each other and love for each other, and to become wholesome in our behaviors. So we emulate the highest level, which is king of proper behaviors. Okay, this is what I'm working on. But my personal agenda is to create wellness tourism. So for that, I'm doing my first training. I do limbic therapy recovery coaching because it's not what we say, it's how we make people feel that helps them to come back and be invested in what we need to teach or what we need to share. So when they share, you share, and together we create a community that's safe for people to ask for help with each other. And my limbic therapy recovery coaching, I geared towards substance abuse, because what we are saying to ourselves is we are not enough. So I want that to stop and to have us feel at home inside our heart. So this is what I'm working on. And to do that, I feel personally, I want to create wellness tourism that is not only this is going to be a huge industry in future. It's going to be a $250 billion industry. Me as a physician, I can understand that. The reason is the healthcare cost in the United States is it's out of the world. And so by creating an understanding of where it is that they can get the best medical treatment for the ailment they have, currently from January 1st, 2019, Trump has made a shift in the healthcare plans. So you do not need to carry mandated health insurance, only catastrophic ones. That allows you to put money away in health savings account, HSA, which can be rolled over, and the max you can contribute is $7,000. But right now we have $10,000 deductible. So what if I tell you hip replacement, knee replacement, and all is in this country, if you were doing, it's $40,000. If you do it in India, it's $5,000. And many of the Indian doctors are trained in America. They go back and they do the same procedure. So if I can figure out where can you stay, how can you get your food and board in a safe way, do the surgery, heal yourself, come back. You have a medical package, you have a travel package, you have a recovery package. This is what I'm going to develop and focus on, and I'm going to build my own emperorship. Sri Samrajya Lakshmi. She's my guide, my spirit mother, and she's the emperor of kings. And I was raised like that. I was one of the Micronesian. I can feel, and because there were 600 kings and stuff, they were all taken over by British. Eventually, when our kingdom was lost, we all ancient agriculture micronation, we ended up forgetting we were kings and queens. So my teacher is a king, Pandya. I think he belongs to Pandya kingdom. I feel, this is my personal opinion, that I might be Chola kingdom, because Varahi, who Chola used to pray, came and greeted me in energy. And since then, this is her symbol. I'm wearing it. She asked me to make this, and this became my logo. This is a holy dirbak grass, and that is what we use for many ceremonies. And Varahi is the vibration of seeds and herbs, and there's a specific grass they use called chala rice for homam, and Varahi also is a form of grass. So, like all the grass, grass is maintained by Bhagya Lakshmi, who is one of the Anga Devata of Sri Samrajya Lakshmi. She's the emperor who teaches all the kings how to rule. And I immediately, when I came across Samrajya Lakshmi, knew I was one of her descendants. And so I am using my spiritual sense to guide me like a compass. And the only way I could get access to those information was Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, who downloaded that material and is teaching it to all his Gurukul kids, which is the ancient way the knowledge was transmitted. Indian, they call it Sanatana Dharma, is transmission of knowledge, not necessarily through textbooks, but through vibrations. That's why my original space I gave him was Rudradhinam, because he said he wanted a space, not a place. But right now, he said he does want a place too. So I'm working on creating a space for him, so I can have him come and teach us further, so I can develop the kingdom, Micronesian ancient civilization. And the piece I took from him is called Swadharma. It's my own internal value. Dharma is my highest truth, my values, but that's self-directed. So that's why the Positive Anonymous 12 step is the program I'm putting to the future. And my goal is eventually to create a kingdom in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm going to work on that because we have more ability to teach, and we have golden visa program there. And for that, I'm enrolling in a course May 6th to 5th, 20th by International Tour Management Institute, ITMI, and they have a nautilus as a symbol. I was given that as a vision in 2005. And finally, I am able to make a commitment to do that this year. And I spoke to the tour advisory board. And so the first thing for me, I started my travel agency business in 1997, August 19th, 1997, as Sri Lakshmi Services. My second upgrade, which Sri Nityananda Parameshwaran gave, is Sri Samrajya Lakshmi. So that will be my upgrade to Sri Samrajya Lakshmi Services. this year as a travel advisor. And this wraps up my video, and this is what I'm working on. And I'll slowly tell you guys how this influencer, micro influencer project is going. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Swamiji.